Hey everyone, as always, welcome back to the channel. As today we take a look at the Mcfarlane DC Direct Page Puncher Aquaman. Now I know I have stated recently that I might not be getting this figure, mainly because of the big shoulder pad there, and the fact that I already had a couple of Aquamans already, and the Endless Winter one, which wasn't too thrilled with it, but now that I have that extra head sculpt from the Flash, he kind of looks cool with it. But I already had picked up Aqualad, and I already had picked up Black Manta. I'm still waiting on which version of the, what's that other figure? The Ocean Master. I haven't decided if I want the Page Puncher or do I want the gold label one. But eventually, I guess I'll get it as soon as I see one on the store. I'm not going to order it anywhere. Which was almost like this figure here. I wasn't going to really get it, but during my toy hunting the other day, a couple of days ago actually, it was the only one thing there. I mean, the Walmart's, Targets are completely bare. I was able to find a few good deals at Target, but nothing else. And then I popped into Walmart and there was nothing. And this was actually the only Mcfarlane figure there. And, you know, it was a little bit discounted. It wasn't too much, but I say, what the hell, I might as well pick it up and have another version of Aquaman and add it to my shelf. But I was able to pick up the new Mario Brothers movies, the second wave, for my buddy MG Gaming. You check him out, or check him out at his other page, the Game Vengers. And I was able to pick that up for him, so, you know, that was pretty good. So, anyway. Again, Aquaman, Page Puncher, comic books inside. I have this comic book already. This will be my third comic book because they're all the same. I wish they would have had like a 4-part series with them. But without further ado, I'm going to open him up and I will be right back. All right, so I do have the figure out of the packaging. And of course, as I said it before, it does come with the same comic book that I got with Black Manta and with the Aqualad. So I'm not going to dwell too much on that. And again, it is the same story. To be honest with you, I've opened them up. They're all the same. I have started reading it. I said I'd do it for another day, and I have yet to finish reading the comic book. But, I mean, they're all the same. So, like I said, I wish he would have at least done a 4-part series with all these page punchers. It would have been great where he could extend the story. That would have been awesome. But, anyway, of course, can't forget about the trusty Mcfarlane stands. They do come in handy. Little bio card there, little information in the back with Arthur Curry on the card there, and his trident. Actually, I love this trident a lot more than the Endless Winter one. I like the color. I like this bronze color. It's a lot better than that bright yellow, golden yellow that the other ones have. And the sculpt on it, it's a lot better. Hold on, let's see if I can compare it. Let me go get it. So yeah, here is the one. You know, not much detail to it. This one's amazing. So I am glad that this one is actually, might be using that one for all of them now. Not bad. It's got the little Aquaman logo on it. The handle, nicely done. All right, now onto the figure. We'll make this nice and quick. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. All right, so not too crazy with the head sculpt. It just I don't know, doesn't scream Aquaman to me. It just looks like more like an old weary traveler, a hunter, not an Atlantean. But I do like the scaling on the top there, how they stick out. That's nicely done there. I like the details on that. The gauntlets there. Again, I'm not a big fan of this big metal shoulder protector here. It does not come off. It feels like it moves, but it's actually either glued or attached. Or yeah, it's actually glued on there. And I am not a fan of it. It just hinders a lot of the articulation. So all the poses, all the action poses are going to be done with one hand. And of course, it is the hand that it's not a grip hand because it didn't come with another extra set of hands. I mean, it's going to be just basically the hold the trident, swim that way, point that way type articulation with this figure. So, and then the hair also hinders a little bit of the articulation, so he cannot look up unless you swivel him that way. So that's basically how it's gonna be if I pose him or anything. Either that or I might just put him in the ground. I'm never a fan of the way these hands are shaped up like that. I would rather either have a grip or a fist, or an open hand would have been fine. I mean, it doesn't, I'm not a fan of it anyway. But besides that and the head and the hand, I love the uniform actually. But the more I play with the figure and mess around with it, I mean, I come to appreciate that it is a nice detailed. I mean, the pants, it's got the nice symbol there, the Aquaman symbol there on the belt there. It's got those nice bronze plates attached to his legs there. It is pinned, so I'm not a fan of pin figures, but I mean, that's all we can do for now. And I love the boots and the way that it has the fins on it, which is a lot better than the other ones. And I'm digging the bronze. I mean, it all makes sense. The green is not bright, as we all know, as we are used to classic Aquaman. But this green really works. The bronze, they toned down the yellow, the orange on the top, so it's not as bright also. And it works. It kind of works. I'm just not a fan of the face or this big metal piece shoulder there. So I'm gonna have to, I guess, finish writing the or figure out when did he started wearing that, or is it just another Mcfarlane add-on? But it's got, it's a nice, decent. I'll give it a 6, just on the uniform look and the details of it. Standard Mcfarlane articulation, so we're not gonna bother with that. I mean, as we already saw that, he does have no head movement going forward, so any swimming poses or anything that you guys are gonna have to do, it just gonna have to stretch the figure out. I mean, it's even a pain to move because of the gauntlet and the hair. As you can see, it's no. But anyway, again, I got it. I saved a little bit of money on it. Not too crazy, but I mean, it was still better than the original price. So let's see how he looks like next to a couple other figures. So here he is next to the Endless Winter Aquaman, and also the Flashpoint Target exclusive Aquaman there with the screaming ugly head. I can't stand it. It reminds me of an old little kid bully from the old 70s and 80s movies growing up. The young kid kind of reminds me of that bully from The Christmas Story. I can't stand this head sculpt. And by the looks of it, the Page Puncher, it's a lot bigger. I mean, it's way bigger than the Endless Winter Aquaman. And it's just a little bit bigger than a bit taller than the Flashpoint too. So this one is actually a pretty big Aquaman, which I don't know. The bio on the Aquaman usually has them listed at almost 7 feet. So I guess it kind of makes sense, because the Endless Winter Aquaman scales just as tall as the Action Comics 1000 Superman, and then the new Nightfall Batman. So, but again, not a fan of any of these head sculpts. So obviously, the Endless Winter one, I will put in that new Flashpoint Flash extra head figure on the head sculpt on this one. So, and that's how I'm going to be displaying it with my Justice League, old vintage Justice League. And finally, here he is next to, of course, Aqualad from the same wave, and Black Manta, which I love this Black Manta. This is one of the best figures at the Page Puncher line, or even in the Mcfarlane line. It's right up there at the top as one of the best figures of last year, or this year, or one of those, I mean, recently. So there you have it, guys. Thank you as always for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit the notification button so you know when the next videos will pop up. And I do have a lot coming, so stay tuned. Also, you can check me out on Instagram at beingafinefigure.com with underscores in between each letter. and on TikTok as Being a Fine Figure, or one word. And as always, continue to support each other, continue to take care of each other, and continue to be a fine figure. And as always, I will see you later.